much. Call meeting in order. Celeste, please call the roll.
Case.
Here.
Jadish.
Here.
Evans. Kasserag. Leidig.
Here.
Mead.
Here.
Slivka.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Stacking.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of the agenda for this evening.
Move to approve.
Second. Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of the minutes for the July 11th, 2019 meeting.
Move to approve.
Second. Moved and seconded.
That's my snack.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So that will get us to our single public hearing item this evening, and it is the Geneva Winery. It's an amendment to the Lappin Plan Unit Development Ordinance 2002-45 to allow a micro winery, including the consumption and sale of alcoholic beverages at 426 South 3rd Street. Location, of course, is 426 South 3rd Street. The applicant is Brent Compstead of Geneva Winery. Is there anyone here from the public to speak on this item, other than obviously the applicant? Okay, so we'll waive the reading and the rules, but I will swear you in. The procedure is pretty straightforward. We're going to ask you, you're going to present, we're going to ask you questions. Okay, so would you please rise and I'll give you the oath. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. All right, Paul, do you have anything?
I do. The contents of our Plan Commission file is the application prepared by the applicant dated May 20th, 2019, a project narrative in response to the special use standards submitted by the applicant, revision date May 31st, 2019, site plan prepared by the applicant dated July 10th, 2019, a building floor plan prepared by the applicant dated July 10th, 2019, proposed fencing prepared by the applicant submitted July 8th, 2019, a plat of survey prepared by Dale Floyd Land Surveying LLC dated July 15th, 2019, a memorandum from the Community Development Department to the Plan Commission which summarizes the request and provides staff's analysis, a certificate of publication from the Daily Herald for the legal notice that was published on July 10th for tonight's public hearing.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we'll hear from the applicant this time. It's going to be a little challenging. I guess you don't have an overhead, but all the commissioners do have the materials in front of them, so.
Okay, great.
Yep.
My name is Brent Copstead. I live at 541 Dempsey Place in Geneva. My wife and I and our two little children moved here from Seattle about 5 years ago. When we moved over here, I spent 4 days driving around all the suburbs of Chicago trying to find a place to live, and we came into Geneva, and it was just a great little community. All the other places kind of felt like a suburb off of Chicago, where Geneva kind of felt like a nice little charm right on the river, and the atmosphere was just great. So we moved here, but we stayed here because of the community. Our kids went to Kensington preschool. Now they go to Williamsburg. Great school districts here. The downtown is excellent. The river is excellent. The parks, and we just love it here. So we've always known we wanted to be a part of the community. About 5 years ago, we started to brew wine at home, and I think within 5 years, I've kind of perfected a good little recipe, and we just wanted to kind of share it with our friends and our community. We thought downtown Geneva is the ideal location. Down on 3rd Street, right across from the Galena Cellars, we thought it was an ideal location because I feel like we would complement Galena Cellars across the street, as well as all the restaurants and stuff. I think with us, Galena Cellars and Geneva Wine Cellars, we really kind of created an area a destination place where people want to come down and kind of have a glass of wine and maybe do some wine tastings from all three locations. And it's a great spot to just come down and have a glass of wine while you're shopping, maybe waiting for the reservations at the restaurant. But the downtown, and the reason we feel it's ideal is because this weekend we had some friends in from Maryland, and instead of going downtown Chicago, we went downtown Geneva. We ate at Preservation Bread, we ate at Barrel and Rye, Burger Local, we went over to Graham's, we went down, saw the chocolate tree at All Chocolate Kitchen. So, we love the downtown, and that's kind of where we bring all of our friends and family. So the winery, we were really looking for a place that we were really in with the downtown, and we found that location, across the street from Galena. And I think it's just a good fit. there's not a lot of, on that side of the street, there's just needle things and a couple businesses office, like Edward Jones there and Dr. Haddle, who owns the building. But there's not a lot of foot traffic over there. I feel that having a little winery there and a little tasting room will kind of bring and draw some of that traffic down to this area a little bit more. So what the wine is we make small batches. And basically what we do is we get grape juice or fruit juice from all around the world in small batches. And we ferment it in buckets or small stainless steel tanks. And, to make wine takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, depending on if it's a fruit wine or a red wine. And once we bottle it, fruit wines are pretty much ready immediately. Red wines take anywhere from 3 months to a couple years to, age in the bottle. And we wanted to find a little location that had the little charm and where we could just have a small tasting room, a small area outside with patio, just to kind of serve and let people taste our wines and be a part of the community. I feel it brings a lot of value down there. I think, that is kind of a little vacant area, and I think having a little winery and a little tasting area will bring a little bit more traffic down there to the, the south or the west side of the 3rd Street there. And the outside, we're really not going to be changing anything. We know it's in the historical district, so we'll really follow the rules and kind of do what they say and just make it, work with them. The inside, it's about 1,326 square feet. We're going to have a small little room that's the winery where we make our small batches, and then the other space is just going to be a tasting room and retail area. So that's pretty much it.
Any questions?
What are your hours going to be?
Mike,
Yeah. I just wanted, for the record, let it be known that I do know the Copsteads socially. We have spent time together outside of here and on weekends. I don't see it being an issue in my objectivity of the hearing today, so I don't feel that I need to recuse myself. If we all agree on that?
Yeah, we just want to.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what are your hours going to be?
We haven't pinpointed the exact hours. I think we're going to kind of mirror a little bit what Galena does. It's more, maybe around 10 to 6 during the weekday, maybe till 8 or 9 on the weekends. Obviously, during the winter times, we might close up shop a little early. It all depends on the traffic. We don't want to stay late and open, to 2 a.m. or whatever. We're not that type of party bar. We're more of a kind of a relaxing atmosphere.
And what about entertainment?
Right now, we don't have any entertainment planned. I mean, we're still working on the outdoor seating, and I think there's enough entertainment, with all the other places with the music and everything. I don't think we really need to plan on bringing in bands or anything. So, I mean, the atmosphere down there is just perfect, so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Cindy?
Are you done?
That's it, yeah.
I like your plan, but on page 4, under 3, the proposed use is specific location will not substantially or unduly increase traffic and traffic congestion, street parking demand. You put under here, it will not, subject property currently has 23 off-street parking spaces. And you also said the applicant also points out that there is an abundance of on-street parking. And then if you flip the page over and you look at number 4, once again, you say ample street parking. I would strongly, I like your idea, but I would strongly recommend you don't say anything
Okay.
as far as that goes. Parking's like a bad thing. Never say that. Because parking is like a bad thing as far as Geneva goes. Because that's like a huge problem here. Because there's never enough parking.
Okay.
Problem. Very big problem. All right, next thing is, how many carboys or different things will you have going at the same time?
You know, probably starting in the beginning, we'll probably be doing around 9 small fermentation tanks, which would probably make around 100 cases of wine per month. So it's really not a lot. We're not a large brewery. We're really making small batches.
Cool,
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah, John, do you have any?
No, just that I read the report and the findings of fact. I agree with all of it, and I do think that the one nice thing is I think your particular use being a micro winery and making it on site is different enough from the other wine sellers and wine retailers that I think it's going to be completely complementary, and I'm thankful you brought this idea forward.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second?
Celeste, second.
Just closing. Okay, Case.
Aye.
Jadish is out, he abstains. Evans?
Aye.
Leidig?
Aye.
Mead?
Aye.
Slivka?
Aye.
Stevenson?
Aye.
And Stocking.
Aye.
Passes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for an amendment to the Lappin Planned Unit Development Ordinance 2002-45 to allow micro winery, including the sale and consumption of alcoholic beverages at 426 South 3rd Street, Suite 1A, subject to the findings of fact contained in the staff report.
Second.
Moved and seconded as well.
Case.
Aye.
Jadish is abstains. Evans?
Aye.
Leidig?
Aye.
Mead?
Aye.
Slivka?
Aye.
Stevenson?
Aye.
Stocking.
Aye.
That passes.
All right, very good. And when is it going to council?
This will go August 5th. That is, August 5th, so it'll catch up with the one we had before we were looking at, so. Good.
All right.
Thank you for your time and your effort on all the submittals.
Yeah, good luck to you. Thank you.
Do you have a targeted opening date if this goes well?
No, probably around October, November.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, a couple of things I can catch you up on. It looks pretty much like we're not going to have an August 8th meeting. We don't have anything advertised. I got to see, I don't know if Monday would be a deadline, but we don't have any applications in. So I'm not expecting an August 8th meeting at this point in time. Initially, we had July 15th was going to be for the downtown zoning update, and we moved it to August 5th because we had the mill race on that day, and that went at 3 hours as it was or so. So we just left that. So that's going to be on August 5th, along with the micro winery and the micro brewery are going to both be on that date. So for the city council, and then Oberweis had been approved too. I think that was since our last meeting. So that's pretty much an update of what I have.
Is there any update on the combining of the ZBA and the Plan Commission?
It's August 5th.
That's part of that downtown zoning update.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a
all right.
recommendation in there,
Okay.
yes.
Anything else that is hanging out there? Nothing's going on with the parcel at the hospital for the senior home or anything, right? That's
No, other than people are asking, I think it's on the
Oh.
sales block right now. I
Right.
think they're entertaining different offers they told us it was gonna be, and then
Right.
radio silence, so I think they're marketing it to somebody to take over the property. And
Okay.
people have asked about
I mean,
that, so.
yeah. Okay. All right,
Okay,
That's good.
great.
Move to adjourn.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
That's right.
That was one of our records.
Going to Wisconsin tonight, so that's good. Hey, Fred, do you want, just drop it in my mailbox?